Hey YouTube, it's Steve from San Francisco. Today is Friday, April 14th, 2023. And there's been a couple of Netflix series that have been on in the past couple of years. And there was one out this year, a documentary about Waco, Texas, on what happened 30 years ago in Waco. And I can remember it. This happened, I was a junior in high school when it happened. I remember seeing on television all the reports on the stuff that's going on. It was a 51-day standoff. It started in late February of 1993 and ended on April 19th, 1993. And I can remember them talking about David Koresh and the Branch Davidian. And we talked about in school at the time. And my shop teacher called David Koresh the Wacko from Waco. I remember it to this day. But it was a crazy and sad story because all the victims, all the kids that were involved in it. And this guy, David Koresh, claimed to be Jesus Christ. And he was a false Jesus. And like what the Bible says, there's going to be many of them. Many people that said they're going to be Jesus Christ, and he was one of them. But you go back and look at the Netflix series about Waco. The one that came out a few years ago. And they made the Branch Davidians look like the good guys. And yeah, the story, there's a lot of different stories about what happened with Waco. On who started the fires or that burned down the place. Back then, back in 93, my views changed on it since then. I thought they did I thought back then they did a good job on everything, but it ended up being a screw up because all the children, it should have ended differently because all the lives that were lost. And yeah. I saw the series and I saw the documentary. It made me think. They showed how the fire started. It was a screw up. The people that were involved back then, they had Janet Reno. Yeah. Back then I thought they did a good job, but I was young, but I look at it now, it was a screw up. It was. They should have dealt with it differently. And children. It was the children. Yeah. It was crazy how all those children passed away because of this. Yep. I made a mistake. Sorry, sir. Fuck. It's been the series. It was okay, but it was sad. It was sad hearing about and seeing how everything went. Then Timothy McVeigh was out there at the time, and he was disturbed. 2 years later, the same date, the Oklahoma City bombing happened. And he was a Christian, but he was misled. Yeah, Timothy McVeigh was a Christian. This religion thing, there's bad parts of religion. People get brainwashed over it. He was disturbed what he did. Yes, he was. He was there that day. He was there on the Waco, and I guess he was camping out. Seeing what's going to happen. But what gets me is how the fire started, and they brought in the tanks to demolish where they were staying at, the compound. They had the negotiators, but David wanted more time. He had children in there. He was playing with the people, the SWAT team that was there, the negotiator, and what they did was wrong with the tanks, destroying everything. That was a mistake. It was a mistake. Things should have went down differently, like I said earlier. I was going to be on the computer showing the footage, but I probably will do that maybe on Wednesday, because Wednesday's the anniversary. 30 years. I can't believe it's been 30 years. Time flies. It was a screw up. It was. They should have concentrated on saving the kids' lives, or the people that wanted to get out of there. But David Koresh was a disturbed man. He was. Alright, that's all I have to say for today. If you want to leave a message on my email, it's Steve from San Fran. at yahoo.com, and leave a comment on YouTube. This is Steve from San Francisco, and I am out.